Hey everyone, what's up? It's your neighbor Monte, and this is the It's Your Neighbor podcast. Right here, I got my co-host Anthony Alvarado.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is the podcast where we interview your neighbors who are making a difference in the community right here at home.
Boom.
Let's go. That's it. That's the intro.
All right, well, guys, Here we are. We have John Henry from Vickery Village. He's the owner, along with his wife Annette. John, thanks so much for coming in. Vickery Village is obviously a huge staple in our area, not just Suamico, really. Like a lot of people go there as a gathering place now. But welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Monte. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so it's so exciting because obviously, it's a place where I've had my business at one point back in the mid 2000s where we talked about I was in the old post office. That's where I started off there, and then obviously it's been one of those really cool things to see what you guys have done with it. We used to go on field trips there when I was a kid. And then now to see what you guys have turned it into as, really a thriving small business, really cool gathering place, I think is probably a great way to put it. So in your words, where did that vision come from?
Well, it really started with my parents, Pat and Jerry Henry.
Yep.
And before them, my grandparents had Vickery's General Store, which is now Chives.
Yep.
But Vickery's General Store was really the business and social hub of downtown Suamico, and my grandfather sold everything pretty much that a farming, fishing community needed, and they needed a trucking business. So when my parents really started Vickery Village with my mom's flower shop. They brought in the building. It was an old lumber mill building from the weed mill, Weed Brothers weed mill down by Kiken Bridge near Suamico Elementary School. And somehow my mom knew about that or had her eye on it when it became available. I think it was going to be burned down, so they got it for little or nothing. And they moved it to the current site right behind Vickery's General Store. And my dad fixed it up, became my mom's flower shop, the Henry House. And then from there, just over the decades, they had opportunity to get these other buildings of historical significance to Suamico. So that really became the evolution of Vickery Village.
Oh, that's exciting.
Very cool. Yeah. So Suamico's got a really kind of a cool history just because of how important that hub was, with the river being there and then being a fishing community and lumber community. And then, obviously it is what it is now. So as far as, maintaining Suamico, we saw you out there the other day. You're driving, parking spot ends into it and
kinda
doing
all
that.
hands
You're
on
kind of
deck.
a jack of all trades over there. Is this more of like is this become a passion project for you a little bit now?
Well, I'm motivated by my family's heritage. Really, that's what drives my passion to try to not only carry on, but continue to build up Vickery Village. I feel like I'm building on the strong foundation that my grandparents and even more so my parents established. So my wife Annette and myself have invested a lot in the event venue. We created the pavilion, bathroom structure, and supporting grounds to host community events. We have a lot of weddings throughout the summer, fall season. And it's been great to see other community events like Tuesday Tunes, which Chives sponsors, be so successful. And we have our Autumn Festival coming up next weekend. So that's really what motivates me, to see the community coming out and enjoying Vickery Village, the place where I grew up, and my mom has passed away, but my dad's still living. Just to see my dad enjoy that and realize the fruits of his labor. That's really what drives me. That's the motivation that I have to continue working and investing my time and energy to continue to enhance downtown Suamico to whatever extent I can.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, walking in for the first time, it felt like I was somewhere else, right? I mean, it's an entire village. It's special just to be able to walk through there and just even think about what the stories could be at every single space. The buildings themselves, the old vehicles, the events that you have. So what are some of those stories that you've heard over the years? I mean, this is your family thing. I'm sure there's some pretty cool things to share.
Yeah, and my dad could talk about the history.
I'm sure, right?
A lot better than I can. My dad is Jerry Henry. unofficial historian of Swamico.
He's got a book.
He's
right?
wrote a
He wrote
book,
so-
The Tidbits, and he just got some more copies published. So
Oh, no
if
way.
you need
All right.
a published history, just check out. I think the Swamico or Village Hall has some, and my dad has some
Yeah.
copies as well. But anyway, so each building has its own story.
Right.
Like the building that's now Blush was the Swamico Town Hall, and the Chives Schoolhouse was the original one-room schoolhouse in Swamico, and the Caboose sat in Green Bay for a while, and my parents moved it over. And at one point, there was actually a railroad line, an offshoot of the main railroad that went right through that Vickery Village property. That's when my grandfather had a business shipping a lot of produce all over the Midwest.
No kidding.
In fact, I think it came so close to the Vickery Village building, the now Chives building, that they could literally unload produce from the basement into the boxcars and ship it out. But
No kidding.
my dad and I, one summer, I was a kid, my dad and I spent our summer together ripping out that old railroad line. But there are a lot of great stories.
Of course,
And yeah,
of
I
course.
feel so fortunate. I spend my childhood with my dad, just working on these buildings.
Yeah.
And some kids may think that was a burden, but to spend that time with my dad and learn some of these skills that I now have
Absolutely.
to take care of these buildings and to preserve the historical significance, I'm really thankful for that.
And that includes an old boat that you restored too, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
I saw that came up recently.
Yeah, that's on
Yeah.
display over by the Station 1 Brewery and in the brand new Kitchen Table
Yep.
Okay.
restaurant.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
actually interviewing them in a couple weeks.
Oh,
so,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tricia Murphy just
Yep.
opened the Kitchen Table. We're really excited about that. So right next to the Kitchen Table is the Dreswicki Swamico, the Swamico fishing boat. It was the last of the wooden commercial fishing boats on the Swamico River.
Okay.
And when the Dreswickis were done with that, they're still fishing, obviously. They have the Swamico Fish House.
Yep.
But when they were done with that, they gave it to my parents thinking it might be a nice prop.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is it sat on the land, which is now the pavilion, for a while and kind of became part of the ground.
Part of the ground, literally.
Until Tom Dreswicki and I thought, hey, that would be cool to fix it up and
It
restore
does look
it.
cool too.
So
Yeah.
Tom and I spent a few winters together
No kidding.
when he was available. He's a man of many different talents, but we spent a lot of time fixing it up and creating a nice display.
Oh.
But it's just another great example of Swamico's rich history. That's what we're trying to display.
Yeah.
Throughout Vickery Village is the historical significance.
Absolutely.
And I think too, like the other thing that I've noticed about Vickery Village and just the business owners that are there take a pride in that as well. Like almost every single one of them that I've talked to are very prideful about having their businesses located right within Vickery Village, which is really cool.
Yeah. I would say that extends not only to the Vickery Village business owners, but the other business owners as well. Dan and Sherry Worth have designed a la mode and the building that's Pelkins and Spork.
Yeah.
And they certainly appreciate that. And the owners of Station 1 doing a great job. In fact, I think they have the same vision that my wife and I have had of creating a gathering place, a place where people love to go and hang out and appreciate the community. So.
And they've tied in the historical aspects of, the fire station, which is so cool.
Yeah, the guys at Station 1 love to tell stories of the old Swamico fire station. So
whenever you go into Station 1 Brewing as well, for some of you that are listening and watching, one of the really cool things is there's all sorts of little Easter eggs hidden in there. They have a Morse code in there. They have a lot of the old,
Really?
they have a lot. Like they were so thoughtful when designing and putting that together. And it was really cool because I did a 4-part segment with them originally, like 2.5-3 years ago, when they were just getting it started and getting it going. And I have a pretty good relationship with really all of them, all the owners there now. But Troy was the one that I had known in before, and so him and I were jamming out on coming up with different ideas, and we thought this was a really cool concept. But they have little hidden things. Every single detail about that brewery is thought out. Every corner of it is thought out, and it's even to the fact of the sound, the canvases, the beer that they make, the stuff that Pete does is and obviously he's super passionate about beer, and but all in all, at the end of the day, this is for them, it's about people and it's about, like you said, having a gathering space, which is so cool.
And when you go there, look for the red phone.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
That was Donna Bender's phone. Donna and her dad, Walter Krause, lived above.
Is that
Vickery's
the
General
telephone
Store.
booth that was there?
No.
Was that, okay, no.
It's actually a red telephone. So,
Okay.
inside the brewery.
Yeah.
Okay, inside the brewery.
Yep. Donna and her dad, Walter Krause, lived above Vickery's General Store, now Chives.
Yeah.
There was an apartment up there. And when a fire call came in, she took it on the red phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'd run across the parking lot over to the fire station and ring or hit the alarm or activate the sirens. And then all the volunteer firefighters came in. And my dog would start barking and howling and chasing the fire trucks as they left. But so that red phone has a lot of significance.
Okay, no kidding.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to check that out.
It's
for
pretty
sure.
cool. Like I said, it's like everything was well thought out. They took whatever historical aspects of it they could do, and they really modernized the building too. Like that's the other thing that's really cool about it is you can feel the history in it, but you also like it's just a comfortable environment that they've created. The outdoor patio is phenomenal.
Yeah.
They have, we were out there last weekend and just
Makes me want to go there now, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right?
At least to get some food too. Kitchen table's going to open up at some point here as well.
Open,
And
they're open now. Yeah,
They're open
it's
right
just
now.
a soft opening.
So what
but,
what are some of the businesses there? We have Station One, we have Chives. We talked about Pelkins and Spork and Design a la Mode. But what are some of the lesser known businesses that are kind of tucked in there or hidden in there?
So Logan Higgins has Chives. Obviously, everyone knows Chives. And right behind that, in the old Vickery Scale House building where they used to weigh the trucks, is the Swamico Creamery.
Okay.
And my daughter-in-law, Allison Henry, and a couple teacher friends of hers are running that.
No kidding.
That's been great.
Yep.
Seasonal, just seasonal business.
It's an ice cream place. It's phenomenal.
And my mom's old
I'm
flower
going when it's
shop
open.
building, the old weed mill building, is the Village Main Beauty Salon. And then next to that is a brand new bakery called Sugar Rush by Amanda. And upstairs.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Upstairs will be just coming soon, a massage therapy place.
Okay.
And then
We'll be
kind
booking
of
of some appointments, that's for sure.
going around the
That'd be
corner
awesome.
of Vickery Village, if you just kind of follow the circle, then we have our gazebo and pavilion event center. Next to that is the caboose, which we use for our office. Our event coordinator has her office there. And next to that is a replica. The only building that's not truly historical in Swamico it's a replica of the train depot. And that's Clem Studio Photography.
Yep.
Next to that is a town hall, Blush. And then the one-room schoolhouse, which is Chives. They use it for catering. And that's it for that side of Riverside Drive. Across the street, also part of Vickery Village, is the old cheese factory, the building that I grew up in, actually.
No kidding.
And the commercial part of that, or the factory part of the building, is Paramount Physical Therapy. And then next to that, going to the west, is Jerry Cupla's old Swamico garage, which we bought last year, renovated, and it's now Swamico Bike Company.
Okay.
Matt Fisher and his friend Laura run Swamico Bike Company, and that's been a great addition. So
it's so cool.
I love the concept of Vickery Village and the other businesses being a gathering place, but I also am passionate about health and fitness. That's actually my main profession as a physician, health and fitness. So having Swamico Bike and Paramount Physical Therapy and now bringing in massage therapy, it kind of fits with that whole theme too. So a couple things that really
It helps keep the
motivate
community
me.
healthy, really, and it gives another opportunity to connect, right?
Well,
Correct, yeah.
and it's diverse.
Yeah.
Like you go from photo studio to bakery to restaurants to breweries to bikes to physical therapy to designers. Like that's really cool. And like you can it's like almost a one-stop shop. It is really a small business. And that's that's America, right? That's like little America all right there, all rolled into one. It's pretty cool. So
Yeah, it's been fun.
I like that. And then Paramount does the paddle boarding up and down the river too, right?
Correct. Yep. You got summer kayak rentals.
Yep. So that's a really cool thing. And the new boat landing they did a really good job of getting that.
Credit to Swamico, Alex Caker and his team at the village administration. They've really done a great job supporting the whole historical renovation of downtown Swamico, the new road and historical lighting, sidewalks. It's really, and as you mentioned, the Fireman's Park with the kayak launch.
Yeah.
It's really tight, and it's been an important part of this whole renovation.
Yep.
No, I
So
love
what, like like year, 2 years down the road, what's next
it
for
look
Vickery
like?
Village?
Well, we're running out of.
I know. I was
Running
gonna
out of
say.
space a little bit, maybe.
I'm sorry.
Are you running out of space a little bit down there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got one more buildable space
Yeah.
across from Chives that I intend to put up another building, hopefully next year. And then beyond that, it's some maintenance. work.
Maintenance, yeah.
Always maintenance. But
Of course.
Yeah.
And about the upcoming events, I know you mentioned a couple throughout the year. Maybe you want to come and give a little bit more details on the upcoming festival?
yes, so next weekend, Saturday, August 28th, we have our annual Autumn Fest.
Nice.
And it's going to be from at Vickery Village from 11 to 3. There'll be live music. We're really glad to have Big Mouth and
Oh,
the Power
nice.
Tool Horns.
Yeah,
They've got a
awesome.
huge
Cool.
following.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. We're really excited they were available. And we've got a couple different food vendors, plus chives, spork, kitchen table. So lots of food options. We'll have
Nice.
a bar set up, all kinds of drink options in the pavilion area, and then lots of different vendors around the area. So weather depending, hopefully
Right.
the weather's nice. We can all be outside. But even if it's raining, still come out because we
Yeah.
have the pavilion. We could host everything under the pavilion.
Absolutely.
But it should be a great day.
And I think last year too for the kids, they had like trick or treating a
Oh,
little bit.
yes,
They had
thanks.
a lot of costumes. I was
Really?
there last year. The place was
Yes.
packed. There was a.
Did you wear a costume? Was that a? Did you wear one?
No, I don't.
No, you didn't wear a costume.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning it. It's very family friendly. We want kids to come in their costumes, and all the businesses and vendors will have trick or treating, and there'll be kids'
Cool.
activities.
Yeah, I
like
saw
that.
a lot of face painting last
Yeah.
year. And
yeah.
that was cool. It was cute to see all the little kids just running around in their
I love that.
costumes. They'd wear that stuff every day, I think, if they could. But
It's a ton of fun.
they got out. So that's really awesome. So I think, and again, this is something that we want to do on a monthly basis if we can, all things updated, and maybe we spotlight a local business owner, or you can come in or you can send somebody in. I know we're meet with the kitchen table coming up in November. But this is awesome, and really appreciate what you do for the community and what your family's done, and keeping it all together. That's been really cool. And I know, I've had some, I've gotten business from Vickery Village, and it's helped our business grow and put us to where we are right now too, which is awesome. And that's what it's about, right? It's that synergy.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
just want to thank you, for being on the show, especially our first
First
episode.
one.
I mean, this is
I'm honored.
yes, it's going to be one of many, and of course, we'd love to have your friends and family come on through and be on the show as well. And there was something that I read that you said, and I think this is something that you quoted. It was something like, "I love taking the old and turning it into new." And in a part, that is essentially what we talked about today. So thank you for all your work and keeping Howard Swamico a really sweet place to be.
Great. It's a great place to be.
Awesome.
We love it.
Well,
Thank
thanks
you.
again, John.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Wow, what an amazing interview with John Henry from Vickery Village, already talking about coming back on the show. What an amazing opportunity to get involved here locally in Howard Swamico. And, honestly, guys, go out there and visit if you have an opportunity. It's going to be an amazing experience, especially with the Autumn Festival that's coming up next week.
Yep. And I can't wait to interview all the other business owners, but more importantly, I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in and for listening. Thank you so much.
One more time. This is It's Your Neighbor Podcast. Thank you.